Thomas, certainly things are winding down for the year, but you're going to be having the open tryouts to bring in a lot of new bodies to have a look at. But certainly, when you think about if you want to be a professional athlete, it's a 365 job, not just on the pitch, but off it. And at this facility that we have here, obviously, nutrition, diet, everything has to be looked at. So I'm curious just to know out there, how much do you guys monitor that, what the teams eat, what they, as far as carbs and replenishing and all of that, what goes into that here at this facility?
Well, we do a tremendous job in ensuring that in all areas, obviously technically and tactically, which happens on the field, and physically. And last week you talked to Richard Buccicelli about strength and conditioning. That also the nutrition part is very important. We have a personal player development plan. Part of that is for us to get an understanding of what they eat at home. To educate them about the food intake while they're not here. And while they're here, we have a full-time nutritionist that dominantly works with the first team, but also shares some information with the academy medical staff to make sure that the guys, when they eat here, which they do every day after practice, that their intake is obviously appropriately. You talked about carbs, you talked about protein, which is rebuilding after training sessions or after games, and we through our Health and Wellness Week, we also educate the parents in terms of diet, but also rest, which is important for our players as well. So we do a very, very good job in monitoring our players both on and off the field, and that's a very important component of the modern game, obviously, and something that we take very seriously. Science is always moving forward, and that's part of our mission, is to produce elite players, and part of being an elite player is taking care of your body.
All right, we have been introducing members of the Academy staff all season long on Tuesdays here on the Academy Update, and a lot of stuff goes behind the scenes that is a lot of work, so let's introduce another member of the staff. Yeah,
I mean, a very important member of the staff that deals now with close to 200 athletes on a pretty regular basis, that travels with teams on away trips to make sure that our locker rooms are taken care of both at home and on the road. So without any further ado, our kitman, Ryan Young.
All right, I'll ask you to step aside here as I go bring in Ryan. Right. Ryan, I guess they say you do all the dirty work, as it could be said on the team, is dealing with all the kits, and what's the biggest challenge in your position, looking after all this? Obviously, you have to be one organized person.
Yeah, just volume based on that itself. There's a lot of balancing act with all my teams. I do have a bit of a cascade effect. As they get older, they get closer to the first team, where they're a bit more taken care of. They'll get more, like a golf shirt more, they'll get more travel suits, that sort of thing. But also, I do try to stress to them, like, they got to earn the things while they're here. They're obviously, we have tasks behind the scenes we're always making them doing. Kids are helping me with the menial tasks, like put out towels in the locker rooms, those sorts of things. So I make sure that they pitch in and they earn their keep around here, that's for sure.
They got to work their way up that ladder, certainly, as far as respect and with the club. They're not at the point yet, I would say, then, where they've got personal preferences, or is there, where you've got to do certain things for certain guys?
It can be that way. Little things just seem to be like their mental game that helps them. For example, some guys cut the bottom off their socks. It just drives me crazy because I lose socks, but it makes them play better, so why not, right? So.
All right. Well, obviously, hey, is there ever a call up for you? Is that something that you take? Hey, Malcolm, you get the call up to the first team.
Yeah. Me and Mal, we go back a couple of years now. That's about 6 years I've been working with him. So. Practices, behind the scenes, whatever we can do to help each other, I'll do for sure.
You're going to be traveling to Montreal. How different is that then, as far as with Malcolm, when you're dealing with kids that are a lot younger than guys in the first team when you're on the road?
I suppose Malcolm has to cater to them a little bit more than I do. I get a little bit of leeway that way, but this traveling to Montreal trip, that'll be a very good one for our U16 team. They're looking very forward to that, so I think we'll get some good results too.
All right, and you're not gonna forget the kit like the Millwall manager did this a couple of weeks ago.
Not gonna happen. I pack extra. Just to
All right,
be safe,
fantastic, Ryan. Thank you very much. This has been your Toronto FC Academy update.